My name is Nikki Stern.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
And where are you from?
I am from the U.S., from the state of Michigan, and the suburb Birmingham, which is in Detroit.
What's your occupation?
I'm a student.
So what's your name?
My name is Gillian Wakenhut.
How old are you?
I'm 47. I was born on the 24th of October 1964.
Where are you from?
I'm from Woodbridge, which is in the county of Suffolk in Great Britain, in England.
What's your occupation?
I'm a conference interpreter.
How long have you been living in Strasbourg?
I live in Rossheim, which is outside Strasbourg, but I've been living there since 1997.
What's your name? My name is Kelsey Nuttall.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan in the United States.
What's your occupation?
I'm a student.
My name is Nader. I'm from Colombia and I've been living in France for 8 or 9 years for about. I'm a Spanish teacher and I work at Ste Clotilde High School.
There were many programs that were offered to me through my university in the U.S., but I decided to choose one in France because I have been learning French for a while now and I wanted to use it.
To learn French and to experience the culture from my school.
I came to France after my studies, after I'd got my degree at university, because during my studies I met a Frenchman and I wanted to come back and live in France to be with him.
I decided to live in France because I studied French as a foreign language. That's why I'm here, firstly. Then I was very lucky because I could work as a Spanish assistant in another high school. So I was supposed to come back to my country, but I stayed instead.
I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork to apply for my visa, which was after I applied for my passport because I had never left the United States before and so I needed a passport. And once I filled out a lot of paperwork, some of which was in French, which was scary because, like I said, I didn't speak any French, so I didn't know what I was answering. I had to go to the French consulate in Chicago. In France, I didn't have to do that much. I'm supposed to go for a medical exam.
I had to go to the administration building in Chicago, which is, a 4-hour drive from Michigan, and I had to sign some paperwork. I opened a bank account with BNP, and I had to go in there and make an appointment and fill out a lot of paperwork, sign some papers, and show them my visa, and then wait about 3 weeks for them to mail me my bank card.
So I need to take some national exams to be selected. So I was lucky because I was selected, and nice. Then I started just having a passport, then some insurances to travel abroad, and then the most important thing it was to have a visa, which that part wasn't absolutely. It wasn't at all very easy because you need to take other exams. You need to go to the embassy and to do many things, procedural, official things. So it was very difficult. In France, it was the same. Very difficult, very official procedures to do. Like, for example, going to the local authorities, the prefecture, for example, having a work permit, because as a foreigner you can't work everywhere. You need a permit.
At the time when I first came to France, which was a long time ago, I had to have a carte de séjour. That was about the only paper I absolutely had to have. And then I also changed my British driving licence into a French driving licence.
I like how old everything is, because everything in the United States is relatively new. And I like that, sort of going along with that, I like that French has an old culture, because the culture of the United States is just, everything is new. There's not as much history, and there aren't as many traditions, and everybody comes from a different background, so it's sort of, everybody does their own thing. It's very different. And here there's a sort of a set way of doing things. It's traditional and nice.
Yes. And I also really love all the cycling routes in Strasbourg. I think that's great that you can have pedestrians, bicycles, and then cars.
I like the very easy access to other European countries. If you live in Britain, it's much more difficult to travel to other European countries. That's one thing. I think the French health system is very much better than the British health system. It's much easier to get good care, I think, in France. And I think at the moment the French are less materialistic than the British, although that may change.
The language, but it's a compliment. So both are something perfect. So people, the fashion in France, I like that as well. The fact that you can discuss with many people about everything, and after a discussion you can continue being friends. So that's perfect. You can continue being friends just after having discussed about politics or religion or I think whatever. That's perfect. Food, good wine. I like food. I like gastronomy in general. So that's perfect.